Hey, and welcome back. This is Jeremy, and today it's gonna be like a quick introduction to classes and objects. If you remember from tutorial number 9, we talked about the string class and how the string class had some pretty neat built-in methods that we could use. Like one was dot length, and I think some other ones off my head are like the two upper and two lower, where we could uppercase the word or lowercase the word. Um, and I believe we also covered reference variables too, like the reference how the reference variable refers to the actual value. So this reference variable refers to this actual value itself. Um, the best way, or not the best way, I think one of the easier ways to look at classes and objects is you can look at a class as like a blueprint. So you have like a blueprint of a house. So with that blueprint of the house, we can create objects, the house itself, from that one blueprint. That's probably about the easiest way to explain it. Like I said, many objects can be created from a single class. Each object is independent of each other, even though this is both these have the same name, Jeremy. Each one of these are totally different. So that's pretty nice. They can live in their own little realms. Like just one way you can look at it too. So since we're talking about the string, each instance of the string class may refer to different data, which we pretty much just said this a minute ago. The instance have the same internal design and method. So each one of these is going to have, like, I can use the um, name dot length. Right here it is, length. And if I use the name 2, oops, name 2, I'll have length as well. So I mean I have access to both of these methods within the string class, or from the string class anyways. That's basically what that is. Each instance has all the attributes methods defined within the class, which I just covered here. And classes are defined to represent a single concept. So even though like all these are still Jeremy, each one of these is its own, like I said before, its own little entity and within the realm of strings. um, there's also these unique things that we've seen before, called access modifiers. But basically, what it is, it's a Java indicator to like how or to whom does this kind of belong to, or how this method is going to belong to. So this is our main method, and it's public. We also have other ones called private. You know what? I'm just going to make a new sheet. I don't want to mess this one all up. Let's get rid of all this stuff. There you go. We'll save this. We'll just make a blank file. There you go. File. I just wanted blank. Okay. So, like I said, we have these access modifiers. Modifier modifiers. So the first one is public, which we've seen in the public static void main, and the next one is private, and the last one is protected. So what did these do? Well, the public access modifier states that any class can access this resource. Well, that's kind of cool. Private means that this modifier is only the class that can access the resource. So the resource is for like internal use only, basically. And then protected is indicates that only classes in the current package or classes lower in the class hierarchy can access this resource. We'll get into this more. This is just kind of like the 10,000 mile view of what these access modifiers are. Classes that need to be used by other classes are typically public. That's the best way to remember that. If there's more than one class in a file, only one of them can be public. So again, these are just kind of rules of like how to set these things up. So I think this will probably wrap it up right here. This is I think it's quite a bit to digest. So I'm probably do a quick recap of all this real fast. So we talked about how a how the string is its own class, and we can make objects from that class, and we have access to the internal methods. Like I said, the dot length, to upper, to lower. Here soon, we'll be making our own classes. We'll be using those classes to make our own objects, and we could do different things with it. It'll be pretty fun. We also talk about access modifiers. Um, Basically, the access modifier is like how things are going to be used or who can use them. We talked about the three different ones: of public, private, and protected. Public, anybody can use. Private is kind of within its own little area, and protected, it's like that one's a little more convoluted. um, so yeah, I think that's really actually no. I'll cover one more. This one topic is called encapsulation. So what is encapsulation here? Let me actually just type this out in case you want to look it up. So ENCAPSULATION, encapsulation. This is where each class should contain all of its own attributes. Okay, and the methods that need to have this class is served intended to be served for its intended purpose. So, example, a car that didn't have wheels would basically be useless. Bells and whistles that add no value are not needed, but can make it look pretty and might be useful. So, enclosing the proper attributes and methods inside a single class is called encapsulation. So, like, you wouldn't want like two separate classes. Like, well, I have this car class and I got this crazy wheel class. Well, it'd be easier to keep all the wheels within the car itself, the car class itself. That's basically one way to look at it. So, encapsulation ensures that a class is self-contained, basically. So, there you go. I think we covered enough to kind of get your toes wet in at least the ideas of what classes and objects are. Um, if you're confused by any of this, there's so much resource out there that may help you out a lot. And if I can find some myself, I'll put it up in the descriptions. So until then, this is Jeremy, and I'll see you guys later. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like the video, pass it around, and also you can follow me on Twitter. All that stuff will be down in the description box. We'll see you guys later. Bye.